All right. Hopefully we're live now. Hopefully this is solid. Someone shout out and let me know if you can see me okay. If you can hear everything okay. I know you can't see me, but if you can hear everything okay. Someone let me know that if you would. Just leave a comment. So all right. The bit rate is low. I'm not worried about that. We'll give it just a minute. Let other people get up in here. Going to be getting started here momentarily. All right, we got 3 users in the house. Going to be getting started. As you come in, say hello. Who do we have so far? Going to be talking about a few things today. Going to be talking about how I got my start in crypto, why I got my start in crypto, and really why I started in a crypto YouTube channel. And that's I want to talk about some of the other crypto YouTubers that are out there, what they got going on, my thoughts and opinions on the crypto space in general, on the bear market. Going to share a little bit of a story with you on really, I've got 2 stories I'm going to share with you. It's a little bit of a story time. We're going to talk about why I got started in crypto originally and how I got started in crypto. And I think everybody has a different story and everybody's story is a little bit unique. And I'm going to talk about why YouTube. And really what's my goal with this YouTube channel, going forward, long term. What was my goal in the beginning? What's my goal now? Has it changed? What's changed about it, if anything? We're going to be talking about that. So if you come in, do me a favor, hit that like button. And I apologize, I had to restart the stream a couple of times. I haven't went live in a while, and YouTube's changed their little platform a little bit, so I wasn't certain I was doing it right. So it looks like I've got it, and we're solid now. So we should be good here for a minute. We'll give it another minute and we'll get started. There's a lot going on in the crypto space right now. I guess frag tokens going up. I guess Tokenair is going to be Tokenair, however you say it. I guess that's the playoff of Millionaire. Is going to be going live soon. And we'll be talking about some of that probably. So as you come in, do me a favor, hit that like button, say hello, smash that like button, say hello. Welcome to the stream. Let's get started here. Before we get started, while we're waiting, I'm about to withdraw probably tomorrow from Moon Bitcoin. Got about $20 in Bitcoins in there. Gonna be withdrawing that soon. And take a quick check on Crypto tab. So we're on track to do a withdrawal from Crypto tab. We are going to be, we're very close to finally doing a withdrawal in less than 30 days. Very close. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. We're getting about 10,000 Satoshi a day, and I can't wait until I can do a withdrawal every 9 days instead of every 10 days. But we're just killing time right now, letting others hop into the chat. So far today, we have, what do we have? 220 active miners. By the way, this goes up it goes up throughout the whole day. And basically it's every 24-hour period, how many were active in that 24-hour period. So like yesterday, and it sets on, I think it's like whatever, like Greenland time or whatever. 552 is how many were active yesterday. So that's moving along nicely. So let's get started. So why I started a crypto YouTube channel. So I started, this goes back to, let me just back up to why I got started in crypto in the first place and how I got started in crypto. And I first heard about cryptocurrency, I don't know, probably way back when it was like $100 per coin, per Bitcoin. And I just kind of read some articles about it. And I don't know if I remember exactly who, if someone told me about it first, or maybe I stumbled onto an article online. I don't really remember which. But I ended up, yeah, I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was unique. It just sounded like digital money at first. I didn't know what it was all about. I didn't know if there was a whole lot to it. I just thought that it was, it just seemed neat. It seemed like kind of sort of a play monopoly money, but at the same time, like you had some sort of real value. And honestly, I thought of it like some sort of video game cash. Like there's a way that you can get hold of cash essentially in a video game. It's kind of sort of what I thought. And it was like, well, how do you get it? You know, you could mine it. Well, how do you mine it? You know, well, you got to have these miners. And, you know, I read these articles back then about people mining it. And I wasn't serious. I didn't buy any Bitcoin back then. I was just curious. And, you know, I heard articles about people mining Bitcoin on their laptops. And I heard articles about, or desktops, and having mining rigs at home. And then I remember some time passing, and I read about the difficulty going up, and there's special type of miners. And you know, you just, then I remember like first bull market came and it shot up to like $1,500 per Bitcoin. And of course, you're like, man, I should have got in. You know, I was first hearing about it when it was like $100, $200, $300. Should have got in, and I didn't, right? And then the market crashed, and of course, then you start thinking, well, good thing I didn't get in, I guess. I don't know. Um, and we went on for a few years, and I would occasionally put in a search Bitcoin news, what's new in Bitcoin. Like I was one of those guys. That's the kind of stuff that I was putting in the search engines, just kind of testing it out and seeing what was going on, trying to stay up on it. And I remember for fun one day I tried to make my own Bitcoin wallet, and back then there was no like Exodus wallets, there was no ledgers. It was just cold storage paper wallet. You had to download the entire node on your computer. I did that. It took overnight for me to do it, and I made my first like paper wallet back then. And I didn't do anything with it. I didn't do anything at all with it. I just thought it was interesting. Um, in fact, I said didn't do anything with it. I might have had like a fraction of a Bitcoin on there. Might have had a Bitcoin on there. I don't remember. I don't remember. I mean, I'm certain I didn't make it and put nothing on there. But that Bitcoin and that wallet is long gone. It wasn't worth a whole lot back then. No telling what it would be worth today. If I had to guess, back then I put about $50 on it. Who knows? It's probably worth like $500 today. But I that was my kind of my first sort of just, and that wasn't really buying Bitcoin. I wasn't really investing back then. But then the last bull market came, right? And prices were going up and up and up. And I ended up in the middle of all this, I met a guy at a business conference, and the conference had nothing to do with cryptocurrency at all. And our conversation had nothing to do with cryptocurrency. You know, I don't know if you can relate to this, but have you ever been, yo, how's it going? Astrophy, how do you say that? Hey man, welcome, welcome. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but have there ever been like several circumstances in your life that all culminated into like, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is the way I ended up getting to Bitcoin is I had several experiences that all culminated together that really built my belief in what Bitcoin was all about, is what I'm really getting at. And one of the other part of this was I'd already heard about Bitcoin. I was always already vaguely familiar with it, but I wasn't really taking it fully serious. I didn't fully understand the fundamentals behind it, why people would want anything to do with Bitcoin. And I was at this business conference, and there's a guy there that I really respected, and this guy's, you know, a successful entrepreneur, and it was a guy that I had learned a lot from in the past, and he wasn't hosting the conference or nothing. He just happened to be there. And in the course of a conversation, we started talking, and he started talking about things that sounded almost unpatriotic to me. He started talking about things like, Future Affiliate Pro, good job, good job. 454 refs on Crypto Tab. All right, if I keep looking at the chat, I can't stay on the story. I'll get back to the chat. Great job. Keep going. Um, he ended up talking to me about things that sounded a little bit unpatriotic. Um, and I remember thinking, is he like one of those weirdos? Like it almost sounded like conspiracy theory, which he wasn't full on like crazy conspiracy stuff. He was talking about stuff like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like living in an alternative universe. He's like, what if everything you believe is not exactly the way you understand it? And I thought, what are you talking about? And he started talking about, rich and powerful people having a different set of rules. And I could somewhat relate to that. But did he mean like malicious intent? And he went into a lot of stuff I don't have time to go into here. And it wasn't today. I'm familiar with a lot of crazy conspiracy theory stuff, and he wasn't that far down the rabbit hole, but he was on the edge. But he said a couple things to me. He started explaining to me that we're a debt-based economic society. I did not know what that meant. Like that is way over at my intellectual capabilities at the time, and somewhat still is. And he told me about the documentary Money as Debt. I have referenced it ad nauseum on this channel, and I'm certain most people never watch it. But that was that documentary made, like, it connected a lot of dots, and I understood what he meant, and it kind of blew my mind when I watched it, because I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, why would the smartest guys in the room really set up a debt-based economic system? Like, why would you do that? I mean, it literally is like creating a very long acting Ponzi scheme in a way. The only way to not be a Ponzi is to ultimately inflate away value eventually over a course of many years. And so I thought, wow, okay, that's kind of crazy. It's not deniable that we have a debt-based economy. Like once you watch the documentary Money as Debt, that part's not a conspiracy. No, how we got into that system, you could argue there's some conspiracies there. But I remember asking him, I said, man, how can you believe some of what you're saying? And basically he was saying, not everything that you have grown up believing, not everything that you learned in school is 100% accurate. And I said, how do you know that? How can you say that? And he said several things to me, and none of it made sense to me. But this is the one thing that he said to me that kind of got me thinking. So it was a combination of money as debt. Now this has nothing to do with Bitcoin yet. Money as debt. In fact, this guy to this day is not a strong Bitcoin enthusiast. But he told me about that documentary. I watched that documentary. Then he said something in that first conversation. He said, I want you to imagine something. Do you believe that societies, because I was like, you sound like a conspiracy theorist. And he goes, well, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist. He said, but since you said that, I'm going to ask you this. Do you believe that would you concede that governments in every major society up until modern day America, the Roman Empire, the Ottoman Empire, blah, 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 blah. Do you believe that governments knew things at times that the rest of the population didn't? I said, okay, sure, I'll buy that. He goes, think about communism, Soviet Russia, etc. Do you believe that governments knew things that the regular population didn't? Yes. Sure. Do you believe that governments around the world have been known to, propagandize or create propaganda for the citizens? Do you believe that? And I said, sure. And he said, so let me ask you, are you so egotistical that you think it's 100% impossible in the past 200 plus years of America that we as Americans have never read or been sold propaganda by the government? And do you believe they've told us 100% of everything all the time? And I was like, okay, all right, you got a point. You got a point there. I'm with you. I still don't believe that there's, a few, I don't believe there's a couple men at the top trying to take over the world. And he was like, I'm not asking you to believe that. I'm just telling you, recognize that you got to think independently about stuff. You can't always just choose to believe the official narrative. Ask why, ask how. And I was like, all right, I get it. That makes sense. So we had that conversation. It just ended up being a fascinating, interesting conversation. I watched the documentary Money as Debt. This guy was very much into gold and silver. He very much believed in having at least 10% of your wealth in gold and silver. The old crap factor, right? And I was like, okay, I can buy into that. And I had gold and silver. I have gold and silver to this day. But what then somewhere along the way I revisited Bitcoin. And I remember asking him about Bitcoin. You believe it? What do you think about Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera? And he didn't fully get it. He still doesn't fully get it to this day. He believes that Bitcoin has no real value, just like a lot of gold and silver bugs believe that it has no real value. And I chose, obviously, not to believe that. And I'm a good bit younger than this guy. And I chose not to believe that, obviously. And I see the value in Bitcoin. I did a little bit of research on cryptography. And so by this point, I'm pretty solid into Bitcoin. Even though I haven't invested in it, I fully get Bitcoin at this point. I'm watching it oftentimes. I'm on YouTube, watching YouTube videos about, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, et cetera, et cetera. Somewhere along the way, I did buy a little bit and I put it in a wallet. But when I say I bought a little bit, it was like less than $300, and I just had it in a wallet sitting there. And my plan was to start dollar cost averaging, but I wasn't very serious about it yet. And then what eventually happened was I found, believe it or not, I almost titled this video, How Crypto Nick Got Me into YouTube. Because I remember something with, I have other YouTube channels, by the way. And this is one of, at least, it was one of three YouTube, not at least, it's one of three YouTube channels that I have. But what made me start a crypto, I had the other YouTube channels first. What made me start a crypto YouTube channel really and truly was I was sitting here watching Crypto Nick, and back then he was talking about BitConnect. I used to watch his channel. I saw the size of his channel. And back then I was studying YouTube channel growth. And I'm like, this guy's not talking about any real use case of cryptocurrency. All he's talking about is this one freaking platform, BitConnect. And it's the same freaking videos every single day. And yet he's getting thousands upon thousands of views on his videos. The guy's got an audience, and I felt like he's built this, but he's squandering it. I didn't fully get, what I underestimated in the crypto space was how many people didn't get the fundamentals of cryptocurrency and didn't care about the fundamentals of cryptocurrency. And that's probably the saddest thing that I realized out of the bull market. So, and I want to comment on some of the other YouTubers. I'll get to that in a minute. I specifically want to talk about Superman. I want to talk about Kinetic Energy, who recently both stopped their YouTube channels. Two very different crypto YouTubers, but I've got something I want to say about both of those here in a minute. And I'm going to talk about some other YouTubers that are live right now that have channels that still put up content. I want to definitely talk about those as well. But I begin to realize that this guy Crypto Nick has this channel. And then, back then I saw, Craig Grant. You start seeing all the BitConnect game. I didn't know what BitConnect was at the time. And I started looking at it, obviously, and that's a whole other story for another day. But I begin to realize all these guys had this influence, but they weren't doing anything to really help out cryptocurrency. Listen, I'm not a tech guy. I'm not a developer. Someone asked me on one of my comments, on one of my videos today, someone said, hey, do you want to start your own dApp? No, I'm going to stick in my lane. I don't know. And I didn't think I really had a whole lot to provide to anyone because I get passionate about something. And that's probably the most exciting thing that I have is I can get really passionate about cryptocurrency. I actually get passionate about a lot of things. But what happened was I just decided I'm going to start making videos. And the thing about crypto is there's so many different things to talk about. I mean, you can talk about mining, how to mine, mining rigs. You can talk about, tutorials on, today I put out a tutorial on, well, not really a tutorial, but basically just talking about, I call it an awareness video, not so much a tutorial, about the best cryptocurrency wallet. The Samurai wallet is phenomenal for Bitcoin. But you can put out that kind of content. You can do reviews on wallets. You can do reviews on apps. You can do reviews on dApps. You can talk about different types of blockchains. There's literally so much content out there on cryptocurrency. It's mind-blowing. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, smash that like button. Let's see if we can get a few more people in here. At least get up to 5. But he said, but I decided I wanted to start a channel and just start making videos. And I knew it was going to be tough. Listen, let me tell you something. Shout out to anyone who's ever made a YouTube channel. Cryptopedia. Anyone who's made a YouTube channel, it's a lot of work putting up YouTube videos, especially the beginning. When you put up a YouTube video and you literally are getting nothing, and see, I built this YouTube channel independent of my other YouTube channels, independent of any social media. Like they don't overlap. None of my YouTube channels overlap, by the way. And I did it totally independent. So I didn't use a social media following to create this YouTube channel or whatever, right? And shout out to anyone who starts a YouTube channel. Like, it is a grind. You put up that video and you're hoping it gets one view. Like, I literally picked up the telephone, called people, said, hey, I'm starting a new YouTube channel about cryptocurrency. I literally asked them to go to my YouTube channel and to subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon, and if they would watch some of my videos. And some of them, I literally just asked them to do me a favor. Do me a favor. I'm trying to grow this channel. It's really hard and it's really slow at first until I get some traction, and I need some help. Like, when I talk about CryptoTab, how to call people and talk to them about CryptoTab, and I may make a whole video on how to do that. But like, I literally did that for my YouTube channel. And I would meet people, we'd start talking about something. I was like, hey man, I started this YouTube channel. And he goes like, oh yeah, what is it? I'd tell him, he's like, oh, I'm not into cryptocurrency. That's okay. Can you do me a favor? Can you go ahead and subscribe to it and just hit the bell notification icon? That'll just help me out with the algorithm. And in the beginning, it was a grind. I remember the first time I broke 5 views on a video. Then I broke 10 views. Like, it is a grind. So a big shout out to anyone who starts a YouTube channel and goes to that grind. Now, once you start getting some traction, it is a little bit easier, but there's ups and downs in YouTube land, ups and downs. And you know, so when you, like, I remember a couple years ago, Truce, it's been about 2 years ago. Truce, if you don't know who Truce is, go check out his YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search Truce Crypto. I wish he would optimize his videos in his channel a little bit better, but that's fine. You'll still find it if you'll search Truce Crypto. It's like a odd little smiley face. But if you go over there to his YouTube channel and check out his channel, it's mostly crypto comedy. He started doing some vlogging, some different things. But if you go look at his channel, I remember a couple years ago, very first video I ever saw of this guy, or maybe the second video, like one of the first 2 or 3 videos, he was talking about giving up and quitting. And at that point in time, we had YouTube channels for around about the same time. And I remember thinking, no, dude, you can't quit. You can't give up now. He had a few hundred subscribers at the time, maybe 150, 200 subscribers, I forget. But I thought, no, you can't give up. Like, you're just getting your first few hundred subscribers. You got to keep going. Like, I literally wanted to reach through and help the guy, because not that I have the biggest channel in the world, but I had learned a few things. So I wanted to, like, just reach out and help him. I actually have reached out to him twice to get him to let me help him, but he hasn't taken that seriously yet. That's fine. But you got to respect the hustle. You got to respect the grind of those guys. And the thing about YouTube is you can start building a channel. It can stagnate on you. It seems like you're not getting views. People aren't responding. And the most frustrating thing about YouTube, I think this is probably what frustrates me about crypto YouTubers in general. If you want to grow a channel, well, first of all, I think there's a few people out there that don't actually want to really grow their channel. They're more concerned about talking about what they want to talk about. But if you want to talk about what you want to talk about and have an impact, then you got to be willing to talk about what other people want to watch first. And then you can sprinkle in some of, listen, if I got up here every day and all I talked about every single day was the economic fundamentals for Bitcoin, I would have no followings. Why? Because everybody just wants to know how to get rich quick. So you got to be able to sprinkle some of that in. And by the way, crypto is a very interesting vehicle that may allow you to get wealthy eventually, because I believe the technology is going to take off. I fully believe that. So I can talk about that stuff and I can find it interesting, and I can, and people want to talk about it. So it has its ups and downs. And when, I see, and then there's like YouTube drama. I ain't got time for YouTube drama. By the way, every genre has YouTube drama. The makeup artists, they got YouTube drama. The kids and their toys and their parents, they got YouTube drama. Crypto has YouTube drama. YouTube prison channels. If you ever watch prison channels on YouTube, they're pretty awesome. Lockdown 23-in-1, go check it out. He's got an awesome channel. But those channels, they got drama. Guys talking about each other, blah, blah, blah. Look, I ain't got time for that. I mean, I'm not here for that. I ain't got time for that. Stay in your lane. I don't have any problem with any crypto YouTubers, period. I think they're all needed. I think we need more people creating YouTube channels. If any of you are listening to this right now, you've ever thought about creating a YouTube channel, create a freaking channel. Just get started. Talk. Don't overthink it. Just get started. And I'll give you a little bit of advice on growing a channel here in a minute, but just get, at least growing a channel from what I've learned, just get started talking. Now, I will tell you, Kinetic Energy and Superman, I didn't watch all of Superman's videos because I found it to be a little hypocritical. That's no knock against Superman. The guy, I mean, respect his hustle. He hustled to build that channel. I mean, he put up a lot of content, did a lot of work. He marketed it from a lot of different angles. He did a lot of cross promotion on his social media. I mean, he did a lot of stuff to grow that channel. And he grew a channel. I mean, he had over 100 or has over 100,000 subscribers. But he's talked about a lot of different reasons he says he's going to get out of crypto. Part of it, he doesn't like the shilling, which the irony is he could arguably was one of the biggest shillers during the bull market. The thing that I love most about the bear market, it shakes out the weak hands. It shakes out the people that were here just to get rich quick. And it shakes out a lot of YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers that, I mean, I find channels and I find videos a lot of times and I'm like, the thing that I start doing with crypto YouTubers, if the algorithm suggests a video to me and I start watching it, one of the things that I've started doing recently, like the past month, is I almost always click on the channel author or the channel, however, you know how you can click on like the go to the main page. I look at videos. I want to see what they've put up recently. And I'm blown away with how many videos the algorithm will recommend to me. I'll click on it. I'll go to their channel and they haven't put up a video in months. And I think there's a lot of reasons for this. I think one is it's harder in a bear market to build a YouTube channel because, and by the way, if you like watching crypto content, show these YouTubers love. Smash the like buttons, leave them comments, encourage them with what you like about the freaking video. Be different than all the other commenters. And I can't say all the other because I have very rarely do I get a lot of negativity on my channel. I got a few videos that are, get some negativity on them, but most of them don't. But I see the comments on some of these guys' channels and I'm like, man, ain't nobody got time for that negativity. But it's on some of my other channels, I get negativity. You just got to know that it's what you deal with. But be different than the other 98% garbage out there. Be different. Show them some love. Encourage them. Be like, hey, man, like this video, like that video. I find myself doing more liking of videos, more commenting, and more subscribing now that I'm a YouTuber. And I really wish I would have done it all along, but especially in the crypto space. Like if you've got one video that I like at all, I mean, I'm going to try to comment on it. I'm going to try to give you a thumbs up at least. I'm going to do something because I know how challenging it is in a bear market because videos across the board are getting watched a lot less people paying attention. I mean, big shout out to Sunny Decree out there. Big shout out to Box Mining. Those guys started building channels in the bull market. Bear market come around and they still put up content. Now, Sunny Decree puts out a video every single day. I mean, every single day. And I'm not sure about Box Mining. He was putting out more than one a day for a while. I don't watch his channel as much as I used to. But Sunny Decree, and I don't even watch Sunny Decree's channel. I just still have notifications turned on for him. And that guy puts up a freaking video like clockwork. Ivan on Tech. Daily, the guy's got a freaking crypto show running daily, 30-minute show practically every single day, talking about something related to cryptocurrency. In a bear market, see, those are true believers. That's who you want to be paying attention to, because I promise when there's another bull market, there's going to become a bunch of fair weather. I don't even know the right word. I started to say fake, but fake's not even the right word. There's going to be a lot of people excited about crypto again when there's a bull market, and there will be a bull market. But those of you if you decide to start a YouTube channel, build it now. You're going to have that much more. Of all people, I heard Craig Grant say one time that he started creating YouTube videos, of all people. And I don't watch Craig Grant, or haven't watched him any lately, but he said he started creating YouTube videos. And by the way, people want to hate on Craig Grant and Trayvon. You can hate on them. You can hate what they promote if you want to. That's fine. But you got to respect the fact that those guys freaking hustle and put up content. I mean, they're not lazy. I mean, I know Craig Grant comes off a little bit interesting and that sort of thing, but the guy's not lazy. I mean, he puts up freaking content on a regular basis. But he said something one time. He said that he was interested in cryptocurrency before the bull market, and he decided he would start talking about it on YouTube. And then when there was a bull market, he said that he would already be there and the people would show up on his channel. And there's a lot of truth to that. So if you thought about creating a YouTube channel, do it now. Do it now. All right, I want to talk a little bit about, let me talk about quickly Kinetic Energy and Superman shutting down their channels. Listen, Kinetic Energy, I didn't actually watch his channel a whole lot. I actually found out about him from Truce, mentioned him on his channel. I don't think I'd ever seen any of his videos. I went literally searched him out Kinetic Energy on YouTube. He's taken his channel down. He's deleted his channel. But I literally looked it up because Truce mentioned it. And I saw the video that Truce had posted where he shut down his channel, and he talked about he had like 5,000 subscribers, which again I'm like, wow, why? I don't mean. I listened to what he said. Basically, he said it was boring. Basically, said there was a bear market. He said a lot of things. You know, he had other priorities in life, so on and so forth. Whatever, to each his own. I will tell you that he said some things that weren't true in there. He talked about how hard it is to grow a YouTube channel, and it is hard. But he talked about how he wasn't getting any subscribers. He was getting like, I think he said like 2 or 3 subscribers a month, and he tried to talk about how that's normal. That's totally normal. That's totally normal. No, it's not. It is not normal. That is simply not understanding how to grow your channel. I looked today. I'm averaging 138 subscribers every 28 days right now at this very moment. Many of you have been with me from the very beginning, before I had 1,000 subscribers, before I had 500, and I appreciate you. And if you were here that early, smash that like button for me. But one of the things that he talked about, well, he said a lot of things, but let me just say this. To each his own. His content is not a lot of the content I would be watching, because I just from what Truce talked about, but to each his own. And the last thing he was promoting was this Cash FX thing. Great, awesome. I don't fault any YouTuber for what they promote, what they talk about. That is on them. If people want to watch it, good for them. All of it creates awareness. I'm a little more sad for someone like Kinetic Energy, basically, just from what I heard from Truce, than I am like Superman, because Superman really was just in it for the marketing game. I mean, just the marketing. It's like why Ty Lopez created I should create a video. Why Ty Lopez created a crypto course. The only reason he created a crypto course wasn't because he gave a damn about crypto. He created a crypto course because he was just looking for a money-making opportunity alone. And that's fine. It created awareness, no question. But if there's someone who believes in this space and they believe in cryptocurrency, they seem like they understand some of the fundamentals behind it. Those are the guys that I hate to see quit, or I hate to see get frustrated, because it's like, come on, keep going. It's why I encourage Truce that time, because Truce understands, like, he gets Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain, like he gets the bigger picture on what it can do for the world. I mean, he's not here just to make money off of a bull market, just to trade in and out of a few crypto and try to get rich overnight. Yeah, he's planning to get rich. But he's planning to get rich because he's going to hodl till mass adoption. That's how he's planning to get rich. So what are my goals with my YouTube channel? I have a couple of goals. First one is really it's education, but this is part of what I like to talk about, but it doesn't get views. So I'll talk more about strategy of growing the channel here in a minute, but part of my channel is about education, and really primarily not so much education as much on the technology, because I don't think I'm as qualified as like the Ivan on Text to talk about that stuff. Like even Box Mining. Box Mining's done a lot of great videos that explain very simply how cryptography works. If you don't understand how cryptography works, you have a hard time understanding why cryptocurrency is so strong and why it works so well, and what the private key and the public key is all about, and why you need a private key and why you need a public key, and how they interact with each other, and how you actually can send data from one public key to another, and it's locked up unless you have the private key, and like all that stuff that he has a way of explaining it which is really simple to understand. That's not the kind of stuff that when I talk about education, for me it's really about economic awareness and understanding the problem that cryptocurrency, and I emphasize currency, solves. Cryptocurrency. I also want to basically just create an awareness. And it wasn't until I started my YouTube channel, it wasn't until actually Proof of Weekends that I started learning about, those of you that were in P3D, Proof of Weekends, that's when I really understood what a smart contract, started to understand what a smart contract was. And that sent me down a whole rabbit hole of what all can you do with smart contracts. And then it was, after that, then it was getting on Tron and learning about dApps and decentralized apps. And that's where I started realizing what that was all about. And so there's most humans walk around the planet today. I would even say most people who've heard of Bitcoin have no idea what a smart contract is or a dApp. And the fact that you do, I'm telling you right now, it puts you so far ahead of most people. Most people. It's extraordinary. Um, so for my channel, my main goal is education, creating awareness, and encouraging adoption. Encouraging adoption. That's really the main thing that I want for my channel. And I didn't really even know, it wasn't until what I said earlier in the video, talking about Crypto Nick, that I realized, wow, if he's just doing that every single day, then I can talk about a channel, add more substance, and reach some people. The other part of my channel, really and truly, is about gaining wealth. The channel is called Crypto Wealth, and when I say gain wealth, I don't mean in the typical sense of trading. I don't even necessarily mean in the typical sense of passive wealth. I didn't even realize everything from master nodes to, owning things like KuCoin shares and Binance Coin, CryptoTab. I didn't understand any of that stuff in the beginning. It was really about gaining wealth through early adoption, hodling. That was the main thing. Just knowing that one day mass adoption is going to occur. One day mass adoption is going to occur. And then I learned about the passive strategies. I learned about master nodes and that whole rabbit hole. And that's a whole rabbit hole all into its own right. And so that's really the goals of mine are education, gain wealth, and really it's about growing a channel, creating influence, continue to grow a channel, continue to create, continue to educate viewers, continue to create awareness, continue to lead mass adoption. But how do you do it? You can't do it without growing a channel. You can't do it without growing a channel. Every now and again I hear, and only small YouTubers do this, and when I say small I mean less than 1,000. Every now and again, and I love when I come across a small YouTube channel. I like on it, I'll subscribe in a minute. But you'll hear things like, oh, that guy, they're usually talking about a bigger channel. Oh, they're just chasing views. They're just clout chasing, blah, blah, blah. People have even accused me of that. Yeah, you're right. To some degree, you got to give people what they want before you can teach them what they need to know. That's just how the hell it works. You just got to know that. That's marketing 101. So if you want any influence, if you want people to get your message, you've got to know how to grow your channel. And so for me, really and truly, and I've known how to grow YouTube channels, and I've continued to, I continue to happen. Absolutely, Bobby. I continue to, I continue to learn all the time. I learn new things all the time about, in fact, I learned a new strategy this past week, and I thought, wow, that's very fascinating. I've been implementing it a little bit on my channel. Here's the key. If you want to start a channel, I'm just going to give you some basics. You need to go to Google and go to YouTube. They are your friends. Just Google things like, and some of the information you're going to come across is garbage and some of it is good. You can pay thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and thousands of dollars to learn how to build a good YouTube channel and grow a YouTube channel. But here's what you want to do. You want to Google or search on YouTube how to get more views, how to grow a YouTube channel, how to grow from 0 to 100 subscribers, how to get more subscribers, how to go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, how to get noticed in YouTube search, how to get noticed by the YouTube algorithm, how to understand the YouTube algorithm. It's amazing to me how many people have YouTube channels, and it's clear that they do not understand any of that. They simply don't do any of that. So it's clear they don't understand it. Most people spend more time trying to figure out a good intro to their video, how to do good thumbnails. They spend more time doing any of that than they do on actually how to grow your channel. Grow your channel so you have more influence. And you've got to learn to give people what they want first. You've got to give people what they want. And in crypto, in some part, and this comes natural for some people, it doesn't for others, but you've got to lead with the money to some degree. People want to, tagging is a small part, Bobby. Most people don't even understand how to tag properly. Most people don't know what the tags do. They treat it like SEO tags. That's not what tags are. That's not what they do. On YouTube anyway. Most people, the overwhelming majority of people, I find most YouTubers don't even know what tags do on their YouTube channel. But I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll tell you what tags do here in a minute. But the key is this. Sometimes you got to lead with the money. Look at your own video analytics. I look at my YouTube channel analytics all the time. YouTube gives you so much information. Learn how to look at the analytics. Learn how to understand it. I'm not an expert on it. I find it fascinating for about 15 minutes, and then I find it very boring. And there are people who they deep dive into all their analytics and blah blah blah. Find out what videos do well, why they do well, what videos bring you subscribers, and listen. Sometimes you're going to be disappointed. Sometimes you're like, really? That stupid A video got all those subscribers. I mean, that's crazy. You know, one of the things that I talk about on my channel, I talk about CryptoTab browser, I talk about the Bitcoin faucets. And, you know, to be honest with you, I do like the browser, the CryptoTab browser. I do like it. I actually think it's one of the neatest crypto projects, period. That can help lead towards adoption. The cool thing, the faucets are cool. I mean, I think that it's a great way for someone to get their like first little bit of Satoshi. Now, in you know, America, the UK, Canada, do I think there are people rapidly checking faucets? The answer to that question is yes, absolutely. There are people who do it every single day, on the hour, I mean, they have nothing better to do, that sort of thing. They see it as free money. But there's a huge market in developing countries for things like faucets, etc. I don't care who does it, it starts to create some awareness. Now, there is so much you can talk about when it comes to Bitcoin faucets. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I realized that I ended up getting in the early, now I can dominate. You learn how to know what here's the thing most YouTubers don't know. They have no way of knowing what they should talk about to rank well in the YouTube algorithm. And I'll tell you, TubeBuddy is a great tool. I use TubeBuddy, but TubeBuddy has a fundamental flaw, and that is TubeBuddy doesn't easily, but it's a good start, by the way. That's how I learned it's not an exact science, but you learn what things you can talk about on your channel. You can look at you can learn what your channel's strength is. Like every channel, the more subscribers you have, the more total view time you have, the more average comments you have on your videos, the more of those things you have, your channel carries strength. So when you talk about certain topics, you can't talk about, like I can't talk about, for example, how to get Bitcoin, probably, how to get free Bitcoin or earn more Bitcoin. I don't think I can talk about those topics and have a great shot at ranking in the YouTube search engine because my channel is not strong enough. I can talk about faucets though and dominate, absolutely dominate. And it's depending on how I target it, but that's fine. And I can make more videos, and I plan to make more videos about it. It's not the most exciting thing to talk about. Is it interesting a little bit? Yes. Is it what I want to spend all my time talking about? No. But it's where my channel's at, so I have to talk about it to some degree. It is what it is. And that's totally okay. Now I want to talk about kind of my bear market strategy here in a moment. Now what I do like, what I've recently got into, by the way, and I got a video going out, it's supposed to go out tomorrow morning actually, about a little bit of marketing and advertising. Now I have a background in marketing and advertising, particularly marketing and advertising online. So I like talking about that. And I've always kind of thought about how to use marketing and advertising to create more awareness. And I think the make money online space is probably a good space to do some of that. And I may do more of that in the future. But I got a video coming out tomorrow, and I already sent it out to my subscribers on my email list. The website I referenced in there is actually it's in the middle. They're doing some technical work on it right now, but that kind of stuff's interesting to me. That makes faucets and CryptoTab browser even more interesting because there's when you include the marketing component, and it's not just getting the referrals. Yes, the referrals are nice. Yes, one day I'm going to be making $10 a day with CryptoTab, and eventually it'll be $100 a day, and who knows, it may be hundreds of dollars per day one day. Who knows? But what is more interesting, I'm not going to say more interesting than the money, because I love the idea that I just hodl. My whole goal is just to hodl more crypto. I don't want to say it's more interesting than that, but what is equally interesting is we're realizing that when you get these referrals, when you're helping create adoption, you're helping create awareness, you're helping create education. Someone earns Bitcoin through a faucet for the first time through the CryptoTab browser. I can't tell you how many people on my CryptoTab browser videos have said things like, and I've done a lot of videos on CryptoTab browser, and I've got several more in mind that I want to do. I can't tell you how many people have said, how do I take this? How do I withdraw this? That means they've never in their life owned a Bitcoin or owned a Satoshi. Never in their life. Never in their life. So that's unbelievable. Now all of a sudden they're going to withdraw crypto. They're going to withdraw for the very first time. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, hold on. All right, I'm looking at some of the comments. I'm going back up. Hang on. All right, so a big market shift about to happen. The early adopters will be the greatest beneficiaries of the greatest wealth shift in history. Bobby, I absolutely believe in that. I believe the first trillionaire in the world will be a cryptocurrency, either hodler or business owner. I fully believe that. Tagging is key about YouTube videos. So most people don't even understand what their tagging does on YouTube videos. So what tagging does in your YouTube videos, a lot of people think that YouTube or the Google or the YouTube algorithm, I should say, a lot of people think that what it does is it helps create SEO, but the way that it works, some people think wrong. They think what it does is it basically helps your video get found. And it does help your video get found, but what tagging really does is it helps the YouTube algorithm know what your video is all about. It has less to do with your video actually showing up in the search engine. And that's a very different thing, because I see a lot of times, I look at people's tags all the time, and if your tags are unrelated to your video, people will say they have they'll have a tag like, earn free Bitcoin. And there's nothing about their video that talks about that. And it's probably just a default tag they have set up or something. That actually hurts your video. The other thing with your tags, I'll give you a hint. You've got to prioritize your tags in your videos based off how relevant it is to your video. So really and truly, your first tag, and I actually break this rule because my first tag is always Bitcoin, but the first tag should be how relevant your videos are. And by the way, here's a tip for all of you YouTubers. Truce, if you hear this, here's a tip. One of your second tags needs to be your channel name. If people search, that is the most relevant tag that you could possibly have. If people search your channel, say a subscriber knows your channel name, but they didn't subscribe for whatever reason, and later on they're like, hey, I wonder what Crypto Talk's up to. I was following Crypto Talk when he had a whole nother channel, but in fact I was following him before I had a channel. So what you want to do is you want to make certain Crypto Talk, he probably knows this already, is you want to know that you already have a channel that is you want to know that if people go search Crypto Talk that you're going to show up easily. I remember the first time that I searched Truce's channel. I mean, if I was Truce, I would have Truce Crypto, Truce, or Crypto Truce, maybe all three of those tags in every single video. Because I remember for the longest time, I'm subscribed to a lot of videos, and for whatever reason, I could not find him in my list of subscribed videos. And I kept thinking, I know I'm subscribed to him, and I could not freaking find his video. And finally, the algorithm showed one of his videos, and that day I subscribed and I was already subscribed, but I added the bell notification icon. And I was like, man, I could not believe I could not find his channel by searching his channel name. Always use your channel name in a tag. Hey, Minotron, welcome. I'm just going down the list here. People search for how to make money a lot. Absolutely, Bobby. It's one of the biggest niches online. There's about 3 big niches: how to make money, how to lose weight. I could go on. That's marketing 101. Crypto Talk. AdFly is perfect for people who are into free stuff. Killed it with Brave Browser. Still have yet to try CryptoTab. Has it been useful for you? First of all, I am no fan of Brave Browser. I could talk about. I need to make that video. CryptoTab versus Brave Browser. I have done AdFly. I did a video on how to get referrals about 4 or 5 videos back. Crypto Talk. I actually showed my AdFly stats in that video. Long story short, it's not that great. Just an FYI, they are not that great. I would not use AdFly. Bobby said CryptoTab is the best passive earner, especially if you got 200 devices like me. Absolutely, Bobby. Absolutely. Absolutely. You should definitely sign up. Make sure you sign up under your own, which you probably are. Make sure you sign up under your own affiliate. Just sign up under one main affiliate. Don't don't use your mobile device. Don't if your primary device is your laptop, don't use the laptop and then go find like I would sign up underneath myself. Um, in fact, I think actually now I think I gotta go back and look. They've made some changes on that. I think now you can actually have multiple devices all in the same account, and that might actually serve you better. Or maybe not. Maybe you should sign up under your. Sorry, I'm thinking that out loud. Maybe you should sign up as a first level affiliate because then you have your earnings on that device, but you're also making 15% on everything outside of your primary device. Yeah, that's exactly what you probably should do. Um, yeah, but I would still sign up under one. Bobby, I would still sign up underneath your primary account. Like I would basically have like two accounts. I would sign up all of your devices underneath your primary device. So you're getting that 15% back on yourself at least. Um, Crypto Talk said Pinterest seems to be bringing in revenue also for me lately for Ledger affiliate. Yeah, probably. I don't do a lot of marketing outside of. Here's how marketing works for me. I know a good bit about a lot of things, and I've mastered a few things. And one of those few things is not cryptocurrency that I've mastered, by the way. It's just something that I know a lot about. So in the areas of marketing that I'm really good at, like there's a couple of small areas of marketing. I'm probably one of the top 10 in the world, but it's really small niche stuff that I do. Um, so yes, I'm very familiar with Pinterest marketing. All that stuff can work. Crypto Talk paid ad targeting, and making a killer squeeze page landing page with ClickFunnels. Yeah, here's what's better, Crypto Talk, and ultimately what I want to do is creating a system where other people can do what you can do. Most people using CryptoTab are never going to use ClickFunnels. The best thing in the world about CryptoTab is being able to find a way to create affiliates who are good at also creating affiliates. That is the holy grail. And I have an entire business idea in my head to be able to do that. Don't know if I'll ever get around to doing it. I always have a lot of business ideas in my head, but it's one of my it's the one of the better crypto businesses with my current skill sets that I could do. But cryptocurrency for me is just a very exciting hobby. And I spend a lot of time doing what I call productive procrastinating on cryptocurrency. A lot. Um, Mind of Tron. Hey guy, how's it going? How's referrals? How did the test go? Which test are you talking about, Mind of Tron? Which test? Which test? I don't know what you're talking about. Unlimited devices. Yep, Bobby. Oh. So Bobby, let me ask you about that. So when you put multiple devices, you see your own hash power, or it all affects your hash power on one account? That's interesting. I need to do that differently, I think. Mind of Tron, I got a video going out about that tomorrow morning. You probably aren't on my email list. I sent a video out to my email list today talking about that. It's going to get released publicly tomorrow morning. So Bobby, is it better to wait a minute, Jelapon No Face Show. Hey, welcome to the channel. You're obviously brand new. No, I don't show my face on this channel typically. That's crazy. So Bobby, would it not be better to have all of your devices under one account? So you're still getting all that mining power, but you're also getting 15% back on it to like a primary account or to your main device or whatever. Meaning, should you use one of your links to sign up underneath yourself, like this? Like, should you come here and use one of your links to sign up underneath yourself? By the way, I talked about this at the beginning of the video. I'm about to withdraw a whole $20-ish from Moon Bitcoin. Probably do that tomorrow. I may make a video about that. There's a lot of videos about Moon Bitcoin, and people who make those videos like don't withdraw anything hardly, if ever. Mostly my setup is mobile phones. Yes, on Tim account it's better. I did use one. So you think it's better to sign everything up underneath one link, one of your own links, or you just have it all on just one account? That's what I'm trying to ask. Fellas in the room, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, I'm going to tell you something about free Bitcoin. Let me tell you something about all these faucets that kind of blew my mind. Oh, you know, the only one I don't have up here is Cointoply. It's down in the description though. So I'll even say this about AdBTC. So I'm gonna tell you all. I've started talking about them all more. I knew that I needed to because my channel, it's a good thing for my channel. But one of the things that happened is I basically for like 6 months, basically I'll show you. Where's it at? Dashboard. So right here, during this time period right here, from February to September, I really didn't pay attention to any of the faucets. I didn't pay attention to like Moon Bitcoin, Free Bitcoin, Cointoply. I didn't pay any attention to them. Didn't really pay any attention to CryptoTab. I obviously knew they were earning. I knew I had a few referrals and that sort of thing. I didn't really pay any attention to it. And then what ended up happening was I haven't done it. I don't know, Bobby. Was CoinPot having trouble paying out? Because I did read something about that about a week ago. Mass phones and Minotron says mass phones under one account to get full plus 15% hordes of phones. I got a buddy of mine. I know him personally. He has his work computer. He has his phone, his work phone. Like he's got devices everywhere attached mining. But anyway, what happened was I was like, wow, CryptoTab, that's almost $300. And I just withdrew it. I mean, it just blew my mind. At the time, Bitcoin was close to $10,000. And I was like, I've been slipping on this thing. And so I started promoting it. But then it made me come over and check out the faucets. And at the time, I had over 100,000 Satoshi on this faucet. And I thought, what? Like I hadn't even done anything on it. Free Bitcoin had over 200,000 Satoshi. Free Bitcoin is a beast. I've kind of slept on Free Bitcoin a little bit because of this freaking multiply BTC gambling. You make what is it? It's a lot. It's like 0.4. Was it 0.4? Let's see. I can't remember. Yeah, 0.4% of everyone's wager, of their wager. So you can log up in here and all of a sudden you got 5,000 more Satoshi. And overnight, 10,000 Satoshi sometimes, just depending on who plays. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't really gamble. I mean, I did in one of my other videos. But I don't really gamble a lot on here. But I've watched, there's a video that I saw. In fact, no, it's not. It's a nerdy dude. It was one of his friends. That guy, I watched him run. He had, I think it was 0.02, which is what? That's 40, 100. So I guess that's 2 million Satoshi. Is that right? 0.02. And he ran it all the way up to like, I want to say 0.2 Bitcoin. It was crazy. To see how much he ran it up. And he would basically do the auto bet martingale strategy for hours at a time. Long story short, he ultimately went busto. But he ran that thing way up before he went busto. That was crazy. It was interesting to watch. But I don't really gamble a whole lot on here, but people do. And you get crazy earnings, I guess. But I'm assuming that's where I get those big earnings from, because I'm like, there's no way it comes from the interest. There's no way it comes from the free BTC. But here's the thing. With free Bitcoin and Moon Bitcoin, when you get a referral, that's a referral for life. For life. That's crazy. That means you're going to always be earning. You're going to always be earning. No matter what. Even if it's $5 here, $10 there, $20 there, $20 here, $20 there. It's going to be forever. Because they're your referral for life. So Cointoply, same thing. I kind of slipped on Cointoply. I stopped talking about Cointoply. They used to have a game. I don't have it up right now. They used to have a game, and when they quit their game, it kind of ticked me off a little bit, and I didn't think it was all that great, so I quit talking about it. I logged in and had freaking over 100,000. I had almost 300,000 Satoshi after several months of not doing anything. I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, I really have been kind of slipping on these. There's a lot of potential here, a lot of potential. And the best thing is when people use them, it doesn't cost them anything, and they'll use them with or without you. They don't need any input from you. But I don't think anything is as good as CryptoTab. I cannot for the life of me figure out why everybody on the planet doesn't use crypto. If you're in crypto, why are you not using? I literally use this browser every day. By the way, I'll give you a couple tips on the CryptoTab browser. Um, One is you can't minimize it. If you minimize it, the mining speed cuts by like 2/3. Like it's a severe cut if you minimize it. Notice how that just opened up and did that. Um, you'll if you minimize it, and that they actually have that stated. Where's it at? They actually have it stated somewhere. No, that's the promo stuff. Dashboard about. That's not it. There's a news. Wait, maybe it's at the bottom. There's actually a news section. Tips and news. Here we go. Where's it at? CryptoTab browser mobile. Most people don't realize that either. When we first started using the CryptoTab browser, like it has sped up so much. It used to be, I used to only get like 60 or 80 hash per second. Now I can get pretty close to 300, sometimes over 300. Hang on, I'm looking for, I think this is it. Yep, this is it. To get passive income, be active. Okay, minimize CryptoTab browser window, then open it again. See, the mining speed was about 2 or 3 times lower for the first moment. That's due to the mining algorithm peculiarities in the OS restrictions. CryptoTab just can't use PC resources with maximum effectiveness when the window is inactive, or maybe it just needs some attention from you. Smiley face. So to keep it going, you have to keep it open. Now, I saw a YouTuber out there. I'm not gonna name names because I think some of his videos are absolutely misleading. I think he's unethical, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to name names. I know it's unethical. I know he's not truthful in his videos when he talks about CryptoTab. And basically all you have to do is pay attention to his screen. Don't listen to what he says. Pay attention to his screen, and you can see that he's not being truthful. But one of the things he mentioned, he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't mine anymore. I just let my affiliates do it." But see, here's the thing. If you really want to grow this, like I'm planning to grow this, I withdraw every time I have 100,000 Satoshi. And the main reason I do that is just because it's a good round number. And I feel like I need at least that much to test out various advertising mediums. So here's the thing. Every 100,000 I advertise. If I get new active affiliates or users, then that's like compounding, so to speak. And I want to compound as fast as possible. Right now, as of, I guess this is from today. No, sorry, this is on this 80,000. So since my last withdrawal, $7.30 roughly has come from affiliates. About 30 cents has come from me. That's fine. I am my biggest miner. I earn the most from mine. So for me, I'm tracking how long it takes me to get 10,000 Satoshi. When on my last withdrawal, I was getting like this 80,000 as of today, because this is the 8th day. I would get this about this time of night, 10:40, 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, I would get, and it got lower and lower and lower. And my goal now, it happens, depending on the day, there is some changes depending on how many people are active that day. But it's sometime around like noonish time when I cross over that 10,000 mark. And my goal is to keep getting that number low. Like it's like playing football. If you've ever played football, they'll say football is a game of inches, not yards, not end zones. It's a game of inches. And for me, growing CryptoTab is a game of seconds. I want it to be a few seconds faster, a few seconds faster, a few seconds faster, so I can make another withdrawal, advertise faster. I can ultimately start compounding faster, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so for me, it's about a game of seconds. So all of my mining speed counts. All of my mining speed matters 100%. So that's why I leave my browser open. That's why I leave it running. That's why I always mine. I keep it on max all the time. There was a few months back, I was noticing it was a little bit buggy when I was on max, but there was some sort of update, and I just tried to move it back to max, and I don't have any problems. You can see it slows down. I'm doing this video right now. Normally, I'm at much faster speeds. I'll have speeds of like 280, 290, 310, 320. It just bounces around in that area. Let's see, what do we have here? In 18, it was, I changed wallets. I switched to free Bitcoin at work. I love free Bitcoin. Yep, free Bitcoin is awesome. It is the best browser, Bobby. Absolutely. Mine and Tron, I can't get it on my Chromebook. That's kind of amazing that you can't get it on your Chromebook. You know, one thing, I don't have any trouble using the CryptoTab browser. If I go to Bankroll, for some reason, Bankroll will not open up with, even though I have my wallet logged in, I have to use either Mozilla is what I normally use to get into Bankroll. For whatever reason, if I go to Bankroll, and needless to say, I don't even check Bankroll every day, but if I go to Bankroll, I for whatever reason can't use the CryptoTab browser. I leave my laptops on it all night. I have my CPU set to stay on. My screen sleeps so it can still earn. Absolutely, Bobby. Absolutely. And people are sleeping on this. Like, what happens when these freaking, you know, what happens when this is worth $70 or $700? What happens when Bitcoin goes up to 50,000 or 100,000 or $1 million one day? Then what? Like, then what? People are just sleeping on this. I'm telling you. And so, I get this question all the time. I get the question, but what's CryptoTab going to do when the halving comes? Okay, just so you know, if you don't know this, CryptoTab doesn't actually mine Bitcoin. It just pays out in Bitcoin. I think it was under where we were at earlier, tips and news. I read an article in there that said there's 5 different cryptocurrencies. The algorithm changes based off what's most profitable, and then they just pay out in Bitcoin. So that means the halving wouldn't affect it. Minor Tron said, I have it on all my Windows PCs, just not Chromebook. Gotcha. Now to work on Android OS, when they first came out, it didn't work very well on Android. It would work though, it just didn't work very well. It didn't work on OS at all. It didn't mean, like Apple laptops or the iPhone. Now it will run on both of them. I can't believe it doesn't run on Chromebook. That's kind of crazy. All right. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Before we leave, do me a favor, smash that like button. I've got a couple of videos coming up. Tomorrow I got a video coming out tomorrow morning. It's the only one that I've got scheduled to go out right now. That video is going to be about an advertising resource that I've come across that is highly promising. Hint, hint, mind of Tron. Highly promising. I'm very excited about it, like stupidly excited. I'm getting really good quality traffic for much cheaper than I should get that quality traffic for. Mind of Tron, that might answer your question. But I go in detail with it in that video, and it's even continued to get better. Have I reached out to McAfee? No, I haven't. Crypto Tone's got an interview coming out with him. Shout out to Crypto Tone. I was shocked that he even had a chance to speak to McAfee. And I was like, dog, maybe I should try to reach out to him. His channel's a good bit bigger than mine. I don't even know if it matters. I think McAfee, however you said, I think he's out there. Like, I don't know if that guy has, I don't think he has, I think he's just out there talking, doing interviews, doing his thing. But go check out Crypto Tone's video. Hopefully he ends up having an interview with John McAfee. I would love to interview him. That would be a freaking sick interview. That would be a highlight of my current YouTube career for sure. For sure. I would like to do more interviews. The problem is I don't go on camera on this channel. And so I don't. And if you've ever wondered why I don't go on camera, it's because I have a reputation on another channel in another space that would not be as crypto friendly, basically. And so that's the main reason why I don't go on camera, by the way. But I would love to do an interview I'd love to interview a lot of people. And I don't even care if they don't go on camera. We could do it totally podcast style and just go back and forth and talk, ask questions. I think that would be freaking awesome. That'd be freaking awesome. All right. Anyone else? Any questions? Shout out. Anything you want to know, you can ask away. John McAfee. You know, the closest thing that I've done with other YouTubers is a couple times I've gone back and forth, um, you know, with talking about different things and referencing. I've done a response video time or two. I would love to do more of that. I would love to do more response style videos, maybe even a little bit of debate videos. Now, I've had people kind of do response videos to my videos, but they weren't really serious response videos. Like they weren't really debating. I mean, it was more of a rant disagreement, but they weren't really looking for someone to actually disagree back. They weren't trying to have an open dialogue. I think it'd be cool to have an open dialogue. Hey, Sonny, if you're listening, let's do it. Well, let's do it. Let's do a video, open dialogue back and forth. I'll be glad to do it. Bobby, have you heard of crypto.com wallet? I have not. Not familiar with it. For real. I'll have to check that out. The more on-ramps, the better they are. The problem with all the on-ramps, or I should say most of the on-ramps, is they're going to run into all sorts of regulations. And that's an issue. If you guys see my last video on wallet, Big Smoke Crypto was on there, and he and I went back and forth. Yeah, KYCs, right. KYCs. And that doesn't stand for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Speaking of that, I just want off-ramps. I don't want off-ramps, not yet. You know what? Okay, so bear market strategy. I need to talk about that real quick. Let me just say this. KYC, IDAX, I think it's IDAX.pro. What? That pissed me off. I transferred some crypto over there. I actually sold out of a masternode that I had. And it was the only exchange with any volume that I could sell out of with that little masternode coin. So I was probably going to be screwed either way. I had no problem setting up an account, no problem transferring. The moment I went to freaking withdraw, they were forcing me to do all this KYC stuff. And I was like, son of a gun, which is fine, but it's a pain in the butt to do KYC on. I mean, it's not fine because I didn't know about it. But it was like, okay, fine, I'll have to do it. But you have to take a picture. Well, I had to do it several times. You have to take a picture of your ID. Then you have to take a picture of you holding your ID plus your a handwritten note, all this nonsense with the date on it and the name of the website, IDAX or whatever. The problem is, in my office, the lighting is not amazing. My overhead lighting, the lighting's overhead, so there's a big glare. It kept screwing up my freaking. It was just so annoying, and I was like, "This is such a pain in the man." But what sucked is I had no idea that I was going to have to do KYC until I went to do the withdrawal. That is ridiculous. Off ramps. I don't want no off ramps. My bear market plan is to hodl as much as I can. One of the things that I do, I've used very little fiat currency to promote anything in crypto. Although I do have a plan. I've got a plan. Okay, let me make a note. I got a plan for CryptoTab I want to do. I'm going to tell you about a plan that I want to test out with CryptoTab because I'm certain it will work. So I got a plan. Right now, everything that I've promoted has been mostly through my YouTube channel, and then I've used my earnings to reinvest and to try different things. And I've put a little bit of fiat in a couple of things. List leverage is one. If you saw that video, by the way, don't use list leverage for anything. I think list leverage may be profitable, but it would take a lot more. It would take a lot more than I'm willing to invest in to make it profitable. But I freaking am just trying to hodl everything that I can, and like I don't put fiat into crypto that I need to pull out. And even if it goes up, I guess if it skyrocketed, I'm not going to say I wouldn't take anything off the table, but I'm so fearful of ultimately missing mass adoption. Like the worst thing in the world is cash out your bag and be headed for the ultimate bull market. Now, and then when I say take profits, I'm not saying, I'm not even the type of person that would take 50% profits. I might take 10, might take 20. If it's a hell of a bull market, maybe I'll take 25. But I really and truly, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have that big of a pump again, and it would just go up gradually over time. And I would never, ever freaking sell that stuff until we had full mass adoption. And I mean, and the reason The reason I do that, I do this with other areas of investing too, and that basically means my fiat. It's not just in crypto. I do it in certain traditional investments as well, where my investing dollars are like one way. They go to an account and I never withdraw from that account because I don't need that money to live off of in most cases. And I don't want to live off of it because the biggest, most people will never gain wealth because they're too busy. They're too busy taking short-term profits. And that's true across the board. Now, it may not be true in something as speculative as crypto, but it's true in real estate. It's been true in the stock market. It's true in a lot of traditional investments. So I don't really want to pull profits off in most cases. But crypto, I mean, if we skyrocket in 3 or 4 months back to 20,000, probably be smart to pull off a little bit, you know? So as a general rule, I just don't like to take profits by and large because I want to hodl to the freaking moon. Now, with that being said, hang on, let me see what you guys are saying. Crypto.com is better at KYC, but they have a Visa debit card. Is better, yeah. I'm looking at the, Crypto.com. Oh my goodness. I just realized we were talking about the MCO stuff. Yes. I've looked at it. I need to look at it some more. Just because I think it's fascinating. I don't want it. I kind of don't want it because I don't have a need to use it, but I do kind of want to use it, and I kind of want to talk about it because I think it's huge for mass adoption. Bobby. So I realize what we're talking about now. Yeah, so I'll probably talk about it at some point on this channel, and I'll probably promote it and blah, blah, blah at some point. Mindotron, I just want 10% off when pumps and accumulate and hodl the rest. I get it, Mindotron. I hold everything and also invest in crypto multipliers. Bobby, I love that term, multipliers. Interesting. Yeah, not the 120% type of stuff. Right, exactly. Yeah, MCO, Bobby. Okay, they have invest platform now too. I didn't realize that. Now here's my plan with Crypto Tab. Here's a whole strategy that I have. I've got 2 strategies. One is, what bothers me right now, and this goes back to something that, let me go back up and see where it was at. Crypto Talk was talking about. He was talking about, creating funnels and blah, blah, blah to promote Crypto Tab. That's fine. My problem with that is ultimately I want affiliates who can easily, duplicatably get more affiliates. And if you make it too complicated and it's too expensive, they're not going to do it. Now anytime you advertise, it's going to cost money, hands down, period. But it can't cost money plus require a big learning curve, how to set up a crypto funnel account, how to create a website, how to set up a sales funnel, blah, 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 blah. You can't do that. So my basic theory is I want to take like $100 a month, or maybe it's like $50 a week or something, And what I want to do is advertise in a few areas that I feel like there's a couple places, like you can advertise on places like AdBTC and stuff like that. And by the way, you will get affiliates if you advertise on AdBTC. I think AdBTC is the best pay-to-click website that actually exists. They have a tremendous amount of Russian traffic. You will get a lot of click opens. You will get a lot of downloads. You won't get a ton of users, but you will get some active users. Alpha One told me that which is also a viewer of this channel, told me that he got some viewers for roughly about $2 USD on there. But $2 USD is kind of like 20,000 Satoshi. So with that being said, I have some ways that I believe that I can advertise that can manage, probably several $100, maybe several $1,000s a month in advertising, meaning I could do that and not overly saturate the market. The problem is it's not duplicatable. Like I can't, it would become too competitive. But my strategy is, or one of the thoughts that I have is to advertise and say, let's just say take $100 a month and advertise. Well, with $100 a month, holy crap, you would get a ton of users. I mean, you'd get hundreds of new users probably. Okay, maybe not hundreds, I guess. You'd probably get anywhere from 30 to 100 active affiliates and just frontline first level affiliates. And then the idea is spend $100, advertise, and do it every month. And what you would start to see is you're going to start seeing that at some point you're going to be earning about $100. Now it may take you several months to get there, but you're going to start realizing that you invest $100 a month, $100 a month, $100 a month, and then you're going to start to realize at some point, and I've done this before in the past with other programs, but you're going to start to realize that you're getting about $100 a month in crypto, provided that crypto stays at its current prices. That doesn't include the fact that crypto is going to probably be going up. At least most of us in the space believe that. So then you could choose to stop spending the $100, and you can either reinvest the crypto, or you could just keep spending the $100. Don't ever spend any more. Eventually, you're going to be getting $120 a month in crypto, maybe $130 a month in crypto, and it may go up a couple dollars at a time. The point is, it keeps going up, and you can take that crypto off the table and just put it in your wallet. Maybe you spend $100 in a month, but you get $130 worth of crypto, and you just deposit that in your wallet. You spend $100 a month in advertising, and now one day you're getting $250 a month, and you're just putting that in your wallet. That doesn't include the fact of you're going to be getting, all of your affiliates are going to be growing. They're going to be, multiple levels, right? However these guys, it's going to keep going. So if I do that strategy, and I hesitate to do it only because I haven't had to spend a whole lot of fiat. I've only spent fiat 2 or 3 times advertising it just to see if I could do it. And the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow is going to show you how I'm currently spending about less than $100 in fiat, but I think it's going to be huge. But my idea, and I may try it with the strategy that you'll see tomorrow in tomorrow morning's video. I may try it with that video, but the idea is basically, spend a certain amount. And if I can do that, I have some advertising resources that I think we could scale big. I may end up setting up like a co-op because I don't want, here's the thing, here's what I don't want, because it would hurt all of us. I don't want 64 people all trying to advertise the exact same thing in the exact same place. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And we're going to water down everybody. But what you could do is have one main account. I could advertise, and it would basically be on a rotator. So let's just say it was like $100 per person, and we had 10 people do it. It would be on a rotator where we would all get the traffic. And there's programs out there, simple programs like Click Magic is one you can use, and it would basically rotate the traffic around in like a round robin fashion. I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about. Don't know if I'm going to do that per se. And if I don't do that, I've got a whole nother idea for actual crypto business, an actual funnel of product and project that I may create. And in that, I would have a crypto tab built in. It wouldn't be the main thing, but it would bring a lot of exposure to it. Bobby, yeah, duplication is the key. Duplication is the key. It's the key. It's the key. Mindotron, thanks for the Rocket Game videos before the pump. I know that was just lucky timing, Mindotron. Lucky timing. I'm still, drinking the rocket fuel. I still get a few dibs off that every day. Big Smoke, that's the issue with our dApps. No real advertising. Crypto makes it easy with banners. The big issue, Big Smoke, with the our dApps, the big issue with our dApps is that they're just not. You know what? I'm going to show you the issue with our dApps. Let's see. Let me see if I can get to it. That's not it. Let's see. All right, I don't know how to get to it. All right, I'm not going to worry about it right now. The big issue with our dApps. Whoa, you're still getting rockets at profits? Tell me how you're doing that, Mindotron. The big issue with our dApps is what one of the commenters on my video said, where I talked about all of those dApps. He basically said, I thought he was hating on the dApps at first when he said there's no real value. And I would disagree. I think the concept in and of itself has value. That's like saying when Bitcoin was 50 cents that it had no real value because people didn't know what blockchain was. No, the technology itself has value. That's been proven. I feel the same way about the our dApps, about the virtual deposit contracts. The concept itself has some value, but the real problem with them is people aren't creating use cases. You need to have a use case where somebody wants to use it outside of dividends. Dividends is just the really interesting bonus. It's kind of like KuCoin shares or Binance Coin. People earn on those But the main reason they have those isn't just for the earnings. That's just an added bonus. The main reason they have them is because it gives them a benefit on the actual exchange. CryptoTab is another example. Yes, you can promote affiliates for CryptoTab. Yes, you can earn from affiliate earnings, but you don't need to even one affiliate. The problem with the Hourglass dApps is you can't be in there by yourself. It requires other people buying and selling. So there has to be, and I think it's coming. I think someone will use that and use those same type of contracts. I think the fees will be smaller. I don't think you can run a realistic business with 20% fees anywhere. That is my 100% belief. They're going to have to be much smaller, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, maybe 5% in and out. But it's going to have to be something that you'll buy and sell and be a part of, some sort of ecosystem, some sort of goods or services, something that you'll want to be a part of to be able to use in addition to it. Back on Ethereum, HDX20, and I think they have a Tron platform as well. HDX20, I haven't even been to their website in a while, that gaming platform, they were kind of going in the right track. They just didn't create a game that people really wanted to play, or at least at that point, they hadn't had a game that people really wanted all by itself. Outside of dividends, meaning just for the fun of the game, just for the sheer entertainment value, not the gambling aspect. Let's see. 1.5 mining bonus event using the same strategy as my last videos. For real? They're running a 1.5 mining bonus? That's good. That's what I'm saying. Sell some ad space or something. Big Smoke, what are you talking about? What do you mean when you say sell some ad space or something? You're talking about the dApp, having an hour contract that sold ad space or whatever? The video that I'm putting out tomorrow morning, those of you that have seen that video, or if you just go look at the link down below on the dApp, I got you. Yeah, you know what? That would probably work because I'll go ahead and give you a hint now. I don't know if the website is up, but if you go look at my description, the first link or the second link is Crypto Pros. That is freaking brilliant at how that's working. Like, it is brilliant. Hey, Mr. T, I appreciate it. Hope you like that video. Tron is amazing. It's amazing. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification icon. Got a lot of content on this channel. And join the clan. There's a lot of us up in here. It's a good group. The thing, if you go look at that Crypto Pros video, so there's this, like, at first it was very convoluted in my first video, but I didn't care. The traffic, I knew someone that was getting good quality crypto advertising traffic at about 6 cents a click. Well, my numbers, it looks like I'm actually getting that traffic for about 20 cents a click. And I'm advertising Moon Bitcoin, Free Bitcoin, CryptoTab, and stuff on there. And I talk about the video that goes out tomorrow. I talk about it in detail. Now, the website was down earlier when I tried to log in because they're moving servers, which that was already planned or whatever. I just didn't realize it was going to happen right when I went to put that video out. But anyway, what's fascinating is there's no incentive on the ads. There's no incentive to clicks. He just sells advertising space on the website. Like, it's not even an advertising site. It's like, hey, log in, place an ad somewhere on this page, and there's a 2x20 matrix for $2, for each little position, and for $2 you buy an ad on the website. If you would have told me that was going to work, I would have thought nobody's watching the ads, no one's clicking on the ads. I know for a fact they're clicking on the ads. I'll show you how they're clicking on the ads. CryptoTab is how I used to figure it out. I was like, holy crap. Text ads. Check this out. So far, I've gotten 30 clicks so far. And that's just, there's also banners, there's also login ads, there's other ads. But the price of those clicks for the quality of the traffic, these are people who are actively spending money to promote crypto products. That is exactly who I want seeing Moon Bitcoin, Free Bitcoin, Cointoply. Cointoply has a 2-tier affiliate program. Moon Bitcoin, Free Bitcoin don't have affiliate programs, but I don't care. If somebody's promoting it, they're probably using it, and they're probably going to use it indefinitely. If they're promoting it on Free Bitcoin, they're probably going to take their earnings and freaking gamble them. That's a great affiliate. So I'm advertising all that over there. I just started ramping it up. You'll see in the video I put out. Hang on, what's going on here? Let's see. When you freeze and vote, do you have to keep your computer on to stake? Dumb question. Mr. T, that's not a dumb question. That's a good question. It's only a dumb question. It's not a dumb question. It's a beginner question. I had the exact same question. You don't have to leave your computer on. You actually don't even have to. It will freeze when you vote. You freeze your Tron. It stays frozen for 3 days. But then at the end of those 3 days, as long as you don't move the Tron out of the wallet, you still earn on it. Just an FYI. Oh, Mind of Tron answered your question. Yep, he did it. Just goes into voted for staking pool for said period. Can you imagine if Bank Teller did that? Big Smoke said, can you imagine if Bank Teller did that for credits? Wow. Actually, if any of them did it, it could be beneficial. I think it would be better. See, nobody likes this. This isn't popular in crypto. Like the reason Power Bank is so big right now is because there's a 15% fee in and out. Well, if the answer is a bigger fee in and out, then we might as well make it a 100% fee. Why not, right? I mean, that's ridiculous long term. It doesn't last. It has a short lifespan. Now we have shown with Proof of Weekends, with Bank Teller, and with Gandiji, the 10% fee in and out has been able to work long enough to at least keep people somewhat interested in it. I mean, all those platforms are still going. There are active users probably daily in all those platforms. But I believe for it to go long term, it needs a smaller fee. It needs like 5%, 3%, 2%. Or the thing about ad space, how much does ad space cost? What does it cost me to be able to sell a banner right here? It doesn't cost me nothing. So they could get away with the 10% fee there potentially. Minotron is right on that bandwidth, Binance for bandwidth or energy. Yeah, you want energy. He's right. He's right. Good stuff. You're getting in Tron at the right time with all the new developments that are coming out for sure. For sure. Congratulations. Do me a favor, fellas, smash that like button. Smash that like button. I appreciate you helping them out, Mind of Tron. Yeah, stay tuned for the video tomorrow on, I mean, you can check out Crypto Pros if you want tonight, but just wait till you see the video tomorrow. In the video tomorrow, I show how to set up the banners and everything, because that was not easily understood. Smashed and subbed. Thank you. You can put that in all caps if you want. I appreciate it, Mr. T. Mr. T, man, you take me back to the A team. Hopefully you're old enough to remember that. All right. What time it is? 11 o'clock. Good stuff. Love the A team. I had a buddy on Facebook, just a guy I knew probably back 15, 20 years ago. He posted on Facebook today, and he basically had bought a conversion van, or he called it a box van, which it was more of a box van than a conversion van, but he converted it to, kind of semi-camp out of or whatever. He took a picture of it, man. It reminded me of the A team. I didn't say anything, but I want to be like, dude, that looks like it said it was the wrong color, but it had the little, it looked like the A team van for sure. Minotron is right. Minotron is right. Community is everything. And he said it, you'll be on fire. Good peeps. Go check out his channel. Go check out Mind of Tron's channel. It's got a good channel. Puts up good content. Support crypto YouTubers. Smash those like buttons. Comment. Listen, if anyone's making videos, if they're creating content, especially if they're creating content that isn't just about, this platform or that platform. If they're actually creating content, there's nothing wrong with platforms. That's not what I'm saying. But they're actually creating content that's going to be somewhat evergreen that people can use. That's good stuff. Support those people, because that's even if they're just go live and they talk about, new development, what's going on, things that someone's going to find useful 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 2 years from now. Man, smash those likes on those videos. Comment people, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Heck, encourage them. I mean, making videos in a bear market, the only thing worse than that is losing USD value in a bear market. Awesome, Mr. T. Awesome. Congratulations. While you're here, go download the CryptoTab browser and start using that bad boy. It's awesome. Totally passive Bitcoin. That's what I'm using right now. This is the CryptoTab browser right here. This is a CryptoTab browser. Check it out. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been phenomenal. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. This has been fun. We need to do this again. Take care, everyone.